We are now recording the November 23rd, 2018 Small Business Accounting Advisors. Happy day after Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving!
Happy Thanksgiving!
Hello! How's everybody?
Matt, you had a big one. It was a big day for you.
Yeah, so every 7 years, it's my twin sister's birthday, my parents' anniversary, and Thanksgiving all on the same day.
Oh, wow.
So
your birthday is on your parents' anniversary?
Yes.
Wow, what's the chances of that?
I know. Wasn't planned either.
And a twin.
365.
Thank you, Linda.
You are good with math. That was awesome.
It really is.
I know you did.
I always, yeah, it's a fun day when it's, there's just a lot of energy and excitement going on, right? So energy creates energy, so it's a lot of fun to have it that way. It's kind of neat. It's definitely unique, right?
Yeah, and
So
you get it
happy
all done in one
birthday
day.
and
You're all done for the year.
congratulations and happy anniversary to your parents.
You?
Yeah.
And so you and your sister are fraternal twins?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I was going to say, your birthday and her birthday, though, are always on the same day, aren't they? Or over a midnight thing?
It is the same day, you're right. Actually, because if we were born an hour earlier, we would have been born on different days. You're 100% correct. It's kind of a sneaky way for me to say it was my
But then you
birthday.
couldn't have had the whole...
So you were late then, too.
Not only that,
Yep.
you were born on the day that President John F. Kennedy was shot and killed, but not the same.
Oh.
We were hoping to bring some more magic to the world, so we chose that day.
I
And you
actually
did.
have a friend that was born on the exact same day, and he was the good that came into the world that day.
Nice.
Oh,
nice. That's a
1961.
nice way of thinking about it.
62. What year was that?
63.
5 years ago.
63. It was in there somewhere. Yeah.
63.
That's right. I was 2. Okay.
My
I was,
daughter
I was in junior high.
was after that. So,
So Sarah Laidlaw, we are going to have a demo next week.
I know. Megan's coming too.
Nice.
Megan, my nonprofit buddy.
Okay. And we are going to talk about
The best way to
talk
set
about
up
tracking
desktop
projects for
for
nonprofits?
nonprofits.
nice.
How to use class codes and job names for tracking restricted grants and restricted donations.
yes.
Oh, you gotta share links for us because we have a lady in our group that you just had food with that had a coffee with that. Sorry.
Judy actually lives in Riverside. She was about 1.8 miles away from my parents' house, so she was joined into our QB Community Live group. So I said, hey, next time I'm in the area, I'll come say hi.
Yeah.
So I went over, really, really nice person, and sat down and chatted for a bit. She's trying to set up QuickBooks Desktop specifically for her church. So I already may have dropped your name, Sarah. So
Well, that's a whole nother area of nonprofits. Church accounting is even
Different, yes.
different
Oh, okay.
because they do fund accounting and so that gets a little tricky.
Matthew, I'll talk to her too because I do churches.
Good.
Oh,
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
that'd be perfect.
It just depends on do you have any idea how big her church is?
Pretty small. It's not a very large task for her. So she just, she's self-taught through quite a bit of this stuff, and she had some difficulty finding some quality people to connect with. I actually shared
She needs
this.
to come on to our group because
Yeah.
Brandon, I'm sure, would be able to help with this conversation too.
I will purposely reach out again to her. I did tell her about this group while I was there, but I will invite her to make sure that she tunes in next week to hear some tips and tricks for sure.
Sure.
Awesome.
So that's the cool part. I mean, if it wasn't for doing this type of stuff, this person who lived less than 2 miles away from my parents, I never would have had the chance to meet. And I just went over. She was super, super friendly, and we just hung out for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and just kind of helped give some advice and tips and tricks, and it felt great. It was cool. So
Well, that's what I think. Accountants are really awesome people. I think as a general rule, they are very nice, willing to help each other. And, you know, that's why our group works.
Yes.
I was listening to Seth's podcast, and I think it was the one with Misty Mejia, and she was talking about how accountants it's a very unique group where we are more likely to help each other and to collaborate and contribute more than any other type of industry, is what she was saying.
I agree. Very giving heart, this group, you know, our group, you know, or our industry. I mean, look at just the differences in billing between like an attorney and an accountant.
Oh yeah.
Attorney's like, he's going to hit that timer. And we historically have a reputation for over helping, probably to a detriment in some cases.
Some of the attorneys are actually moving away from that too now, and packaging up things for people.
Well, that's good, because a lot of people, it's just like what accountants do. Clients will be afraid to call, and they'll try to do stuff themselves when it would be a lot.
Right. I know people that say, I don't even want to ask my lawyer, how you doing?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to pay for that.
Don't you think after you switch to that kind of billing where you have the open communication channel, it makes life easier even for you? Because at first you're like, oh God, are these people going to call me?
Oh,
like
the burden of a timesheet too. Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But we share in all kinds of things. Like, can you hear the printer going? I don't know if you can hear. So, you know, I know how to do. Well, I didn't know how to do mail merge. Now I do. But I have a gal at church. She's in the hallway, and she's in charge of the annual giving tree. So we take a local low-income housing high-rise.
They must have that in all kinds of localities, because they have that here too.
You're right. So what we do is we adopted them, and so the staff went around to every apartment to find out what they wanted for Christmas. So we had this massive list. So last year, it was just this. People wouldn't return the gifts. They'd return a gift with no tag. It's just been a nightmare. And I'm like, I can solve this. You know? So you take the skills that you learn at work and you try to solve. I mean, it has nothing to do with accounting, but it was just data. So I made a Google form, apartment number, what do they want, size, color, okay, and male or female, gender, and then it feeds to a Google Sheet. And then this year we did the Google Sheet and we pulled it into the letter. Well, I have all this, I have cases of perf paper, because I used to do 1099s on perf paper. I got boxes of this stuff. So we made a pretty little cover so you could fold it, right? So we made a pretty cover with some Christmassy type stuff, pictures. And then, so we printed all that. We printed 120 of those, flip it over, and now I have a mail merge. So it's like gift number, 705, which is the apartment number, Barnes & Noble gift card, and all the information, and it's a perf. So they're not allowed to leave without filling out the right side of who they are, tear it off, and then there's the gift has to have that other tag on it. And now we've got a master list. Now we can go back to the same spreadsheet and put the donor and their phone number and everything. And so the way we should have done it, I totally forgot I'd done all this work. Next year we'll just give I know. I pulled it up going, oh, cool. Next
Isn't that a great surprise?
Next year we'll give the URL to the staff at the building. You guys just tell us what everybody wants. We'll have the spreadsheet ready to go. And all we have to do is add, make sure it's okay, and then print. And then we got to have a little folding party, and then she's gonna we have big bulletin boards, and we'll do it like a tree,
Right.
So
you can do a QR code too, right? Or people could you could do a QR code just so
That's what we should do, because it says this gift is for the Williams Court Christmas party. Please bring back to Sacred Heart by December 9th at the latest. And wrap your gift, put it in a gift bag, and then in bold, attach this card, and then contact information. So, and it really went really smoothly last year.
Yeah.
And then we're
Nice.
printing a bunch of blanks, and because you never know, but most of them are gift cards like Kroger, Walmart, Target.
Right, right.
And then you get the one that says he wants this shirt at this store that's down on Eisenhower. Oh, I love it. So anyway, but that's fun to be able to share. I mean, how, you know, if it wasn't for
Some
my
of your skills. Oh, absolutely.
job, I wouldn't have these skills. So, you know, and I love solving things. So.
And giving back. That's the great part of the season. It's about giving back. And it's nice when you can give back and really feel like you've made an impact.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? It was Seth, I think. I had learned how to do forms with Smart Sheets. And was it Seth or somebody that showed us how to? No,
We
was,
had
Ada.
yes, Ada Bartlett.
Ada Bart. She showed us how to do the forms with Google Sheets.
Yes.
And all that was fresh in my head
Yeah.
last year when.
We should have her back and do it again.
She's awesome.
Yes. Yes.
I haven't talked to her in a while. I'll have to see if I can get her contact info and have her come back and talk Google Sheets again.
She's so dynamic. Just all that energy.
Oh, absolutely. There's so many. Who's doing QuickBooks?
I heard the desktop QuickBooks. You can rule me out.
Linda?
Not me.
I heard boop boop.
Are you doing QuickBooks, Linda?
I am.
Busted. Totally busted.
Two of us here. I'm doing it on my desktop. And I have a friend behind me. Hold on. Let me see if I can see.
Oh, got some help.
So
Hello.
she works on her QuickBooks and she does it. She comes over here and does it here. So that when
Okay.
she has questions and gets stuck, I can answer it.
So,
Nice.
Lynda, you were mentioning about Dawn Brolin this morning. I laughed my butt off this morning with Dawn Brolin. It was sideways as she's driving in the car.
Oh, it was so
Where is she? On
It was
Facebook
so
or Twitter?
funny.
she found out that a thrift store near where she lives, it was in a city in Connecticut.
Yeah.
They had Team Brolin t-shirts.
Wow.
Her t-shirts were at the thrift shop.
And so
Sure.
she does fraud detection work. So
Right.
she does fraud detection work. She did this special Facebook Live. She's saying, well, as a fraud detection, I don't just go and find the 3 t-shirts they told me they have. My God, my hair looks so terrible. Oh, and every time she did that, I thought, you're right. And I would stop. I just thought it was so beautiful the way she did that.
I
Well,
love
she
Dawn.
She was in the car. She was in the car in the first part, and she must have had the phone the wrong way, so the whole video was sideways.
Sideways. I'll have to look it up.
And
She on Facebook or Twitter or where was she on?
It was Facebook. You have to read Andrew Wall's comments. It's hysterically funny.
both of them.
Awesome.
Once we got the printing.
Oh, anyway, it was hysterically funny. It's out on Facebook, on Dawn Brolin's Facebook. If you want a good laugh, she found all these t-shirts. She searched and she went back in to see if there were hats and.
Where did this store find this swag?
Somebody must have had her swag and dumped it off.
That's not very flattering.
For it.
Oh my God.
And
Maybe
most
she shut somebody's practice down because of fraud.
And they took her shirts away.
Lynda, where did she say she thinks they got it?
I don't think.
Did she say where that she thinks the store got her stuff or the stuff?
well, somebody donated it.
Yeah. And then she was asking some
wonder if it's
random
the
man in the
printer.
parking lot about it.
Oh yeah, the guy next door had been sitting there watching because what she did, she went out to her Jeep and she had the back of her Jeep open. It was like a hatchback type thing, and she was laying things out and showing them with her camera. she'd lay something out and then she'd talk to us about what it was. And the side, oh, this is a Team Brolin shirt here. And oh, that was made in 2010. And I remember we ordered that from this vendor. And
I wonder if it's the printer.
Oh.
Actually, the printer was throwing out old stuff or
Right.
she found an Eddie Bauer Team Brolin beautiful fleece jacket that she says she spent $89 on, and it was for sale for $5.90.
She had to spend
who would wear that jacket?
$89 on that jacket, and then another $5 to get it out of the thrift store.
Right, and
Yeah,
now
Like
that
getting it out of jail.
Is this like an old
going, I want the t-shirt.
Oh, I'm real curious now. Is it like an old employee or something?
and made a special donation to them for letting her buy her stuff back.
Nice.
And she took the opportunity to make a video about it. It was great.
Like a pawn shop.
It was like perfect. And somebody there had seen it and had called her to say, are you interested in this? Because we have it all here.
Wow.
Is she giving it all away again, too? I think she's giving it away.
Lesson for all those people out there listening is be careful where you donate that you get for free.
That's true. It could get back.
So,
Well, speaking of t-shirts, I read in our QBox newsletter that Chris is looking for people that got his new QBox t-shirts. He wants you to take a picture of you wearing it and sending it in to him.
is that the one with the black with the green or no?
No, there's a new one.
Yeah, there's a new one that has all the different icons on it, like in a cloud, and then it's sharing.
Oh, I think I definitely didn't get one. Oh, you know what? It was probably white. Was it white?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't wear white. So I was, if people want to give me white t-shirts, they're going to get donated. So I just
So Libby, where's that thrift shop that Dawn was at?
take it if I'm going to go get rid of it. So
We'll still take a picture of you in your black one. Have someone take a picture of you and send it to them.
I'll say, this is my new shirt.
That's
I keep-
Send it to me. I'll take a picture with it on.
there you go.
I keep recommending him to people on QB Community Forum and Facebook, and I don't have a t-shirt, Chris.
Oh, we'll have to get you one.
I know.
He'll be-
Linda, that was our fault. We forgot to kind of like stop over there and do that.
Well, I stopped
Next
there.
time.
I even got a hug from Srinivas. Yeah,
Nice.
Oh,
pretty special.
hey, did we ever get the monkey back?
No.
Oh, we were
Is it
supposed
still in
to.
Syracuse?
Didn't Joanne have it? And she still does, and she never brought it and gave it to anyone.
Okay.
We don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my
It's a
God.
traveling monkey or
Free
something.
you.
It's a traveling monkey. You got
We
it.
had a
It was
monkey.
a white monkey, and he had a rainbow mohawk, and he was called Peace Monkey.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, if you go to our Facebook page, the picture there in the background, the cover,
That's when I had it last.
that's the monkey
Right.
hanging on an awning.
That's Sarah's ice cream shop with Peace Monkey hanging from the awning.
Yeah, we went on a photo shoot.
Why do we look like we're from?
Kind of like the gnome does on vacations.
Yeah, the traveling gnome.
Joanne needs to send the monkey back with the babies that have been created.
And then when it got to Syracuse, I shipped it to Syracuse, and then it went camping. I mean, she did a whole bunch of stuff with it.
Oh yeah.
But then it just sort of hanging
Kinda
out.
died.
Right. Well, and she stopped coming on the program because she had other.
Yeah, but we contacted her during one of the trips. Anyway,
And she was supposed to take it to Boston. Yeah.
yep, that's okay. We'll get it.
FedEx
Our
call
little mascot.
Yes.
It should be that at every time there's a convention, somebody has to take it to the convention and give it
Right.
off to somebody else.
Right.
That's cool. We could do that.
That would make sense.
Could do scaling new heights.
What's the next one?
Scaling New Heights in June. Oh,
Right.
and you can get a ticket Monday
Monday they go on sale?
for $600. You could have gotten it for $500 if you got it at the conference. And
Yeah, I've been paying like $200 a month for the two of us.
Oh, okay.
What do you guys get there? Curious. It's just kind of pricey. Is it
Oh,
worth the money?
It's
Great.
The content is like QuickBooks Connect, but it's a lot of other things as well as QuickBooks Connect.
It's not just Intuit centric. It's all kinds of accounting and the training. It's a lot more educational.
More training.
Yeah, it's
Stuff in addition to the trade show floor. So
super intelligent, super deep. The AI stuff. We had
fantastic.
presentations by what's his name? Watson's handlers. The two guys that handle Watson, and that was like unbelievable.
And is that in Salt Lake City in June or May or something? That one?
It's toward the end of June. It's in Salt Lake City. I already have my hotel.
Oh wow.
But it's weird because I don't go through the conferences to get the hotels because that's not how I get the best price. Because they use, although Scaling New Heights is better now, they're choosing less expensive hotels as well as expensive hotels. But like when I go to QuickBooks Connect, I go to the Convention Center Inn and Suites, which is a wonderful, wonderful hotel. And I get the hotel for less than $100 a night.
Mm-hmm.
And Salt Lake, I've got another one, and it's in the same block. So I go through Booking.com or Priceline or one of those. So.
Got
Well, I
it.
was hoping he said he was going to be in Atlanta for a couple of years, and I was all excited because that's like
Perfect.
the highway. And
Well-
he's like Salt Lake.
I
So
know.
my boys
It
are
used
like-
to be Doug Sleater on the West Coast and Joe Woodard on the East Coast.
Right.
So,
We're going to Canada next week.
yay!
Oh, great.
Congratulations.
Nice and warm. Canada.
Did you guys see the video we made for that?
No.
I'm sorry. It's been the holidays and I have not been on. I feel like, out of touch.
So this whole thing started like, it was really, really neat. When we went to QuickBooks Connect, we met a lot of people that were coming down from Canada. And I got to tell you, that whole group, I mean, they were loud. And it seemed like there would be hundreds of them. And there weren't.
No, they were just loud.
Super full of energy and
They're
awesome.
very polite, though, right?
Oh,
They're
great
fun.
people.
They're fun.
And so I started asking, like, well, does anybody from the U.S. ever go up to Canada? And they're like, no, not really. I'm like, well, we should. Shouldn't we be supporting them too, right? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, well, why don't we set up a GoFundMe? And Andrew Wall called me out on it. So
You did it, and now you have to go.
He dared him, so that was in. I knew when I saw the dare, I'm like, oh, that's not
Isn't
gonna
it a little
fly.
cold up there right
Yep.
Especially
Yeah.
for a person in Florida and a person in Southern California. It'd be a little cold.
You'll get a little preview of what we've been going through.
Yeah, so it turned out to be kind of neat. Can I share my screen 1 second here? I'll show you guys. You guys will get a pretty good kick, I think, out of this. As soon as
now?
I
I
get.
saw the GoFundMe, and I'm like, really? So the GoFundMe's for you two for plane tickets and stuff?
Yeah.
To represent the ones of us who aren't going?
Yes,
Brave the cold.
we're gonna pray for
Better you than us.
Tracks now, so I'll have to donate.
It's,
Right.
the goal of it is, like, we had a lot of fun at QuickBooks Connect this year and being able to make some videos, and hopefully a lot of people got to see the ones we put together from the experience. And our thought was, hey, let's do it again up there and just kind of build the camaraderie and connect the two more was really the ultimate goal.
Well, Canada's pretty large. Which side?
Toronto, so not too bad. East Coast time.
East.
East Coast time.
Almost got to pull up here as soon as Facebook does what it's supposed to. Gosh.
Yeah, so you could get an idea of how good he does with videos, because this was like, I remember looking at that video when it got posted in the middle of the night for me, and I'm like, oh my God, look what he just put from the dare. Oh my God. And I just laughed out loud because it's hysterical.
Okay, you guys should be able to see the screen now, right?
Yes.
So,
All right, you're halfway there almost.
yep.
Mhm.
Guys,
Can you guys hear it?
just start this video off.
Dust.
Yeah.
A little respect here. Well,
Turn it up.
so bear with me a second here real quick.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the wrong one. Hold on. That's not it. This is it.
Work it, make it, do it, make us stronger, harder, better, faster, stronger. Work it,
Oh, that's
make
great.
it, do it, make us stronger, harder, faster, stronger. Our work is never over.
Oh, our favorite people.
I know, this is really cool.
It is.
Oh, look.
Who did this?
Matthew.
Oh, wow, he's great. You did a great job, Matthew.
People
Thank you.
challenge us. The ones who push us to be bigger, to be better, and to
The expressions on your face are amazing.
we share the secret to transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary happens when we come together, and that no one can do it all alone. And that's where our pack comes in. You know, this year at QuickBooks Connect, I was really impressed by all the people from Canada that came out and represented, and honestly, what seemed like in massive numbers, but actually was just a super powerful group of people. And it really started to make us kind of think, shouldn't we be doing the same thing? Shouldn't we be going to QuickBooks Canada? So what started off as somewhat of a joke has actually turned into a real thing. And look, we understand. There are plenty of other things that you could go find. Things that are much more important at this time. And trust me, with where I live, I do understand. But sometimes you just have to have some fun. More importantly, we've got to do it together. So our guarantee to each of you is simple. Help send us up to QuickBooks Connect in Canada. And as your ambassadors of fun,
Masters of fun.
very best to capture every experience, every aspect of the show as we possibly can, to help other people that were not able to attend to feel as if they were there. Let's show the rest of the world that when you join this pack, you don't ever want to look back.
Nice, Matt.
Nice.
Perfect. Oh,
Thank you.
that is great.
So when's the trip? When is it? Next week?
Yeah, so basically leave Friday night is when we'll be heading out. I'm going to be, so I've got to fly from California. We're going to meet in New York. Lynda and I will be meeting there, and then we'll go and fly up to Toronto Saturday, basically. And then we'll be there through Wednesday and come back. And absolutely. When we went to QuickBooks Connect, Lynda and I had a little bit of fun. We had not met in person yet, so Lynda actually flew out ahead of time and came to visit me in Ventura. And we went up to Santa Barbara and had some fun. Started doing some live stream video to just to kind of document the whole process and just enjoy ourselves, right? I mean, it's like there's so much of our time we spend being so serious and doing things. It just was fun. There's
So
really-
so can you explain to me, are you guys business partners or just colleagues or what?
Colleagues. I'm in Southern California. She's in Florida. We met because of LedgerSync and the QuickBooks community. And we were both inside of QB community where you can go in and answer questions and just try to help other business owners, solve their challenges. And we got the idea of, basically working together to try to start doing video solutions for people that we could then post inside the QuickBooks community. We got together, we actually pitched into it on the concept of doing some live streaming, like Q&A stuff that would be hosted in the community. And they were interested. We almost got it all the way through being picked up, and then something kind of closed it off at the end, but we decided that's okay. We'll still keep doing it. Yep. And we just kept making videos and just posting them in there as answers for people, because not everybody wants to read it and you need to see how to do it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
We've just been having fun doing it. So, it's at the end of the day, I guess, with all of it, it's all about having the fun while doing it and helping people out. But at the same time, it does help our businesses, because when you teach somebody else, you learn more yourself, right? So,
absolutely.
It's funny. A lot of times we'll answer a question and we'll go on before we tape, and we'll process it our own way. And I've learned from him. He's learned from me. Like, oh, is that how you would do that? So a lot of that's come from that. And then we're going to start building some more content, the two of us, that are a little bit bigger, deeper, going into work processes and apps and all sorts of things that we're going to work through to get out there that maybe not is in the forum, but on what we want to talk about. So be good.
Absolutely. That is awesome, guys. That's totally awesome.
Now, have you guys been to QuickBooks Connect before this year?
Mm-hmm. Both of us have.
Okay.
Yeah, I went last year for one day. So I went. No, I haven't, because the first time I went up, LedgerSync sent me up the first year, and we went up one day, kind of did our thing, and then went back down. And I was, being completely honest, I was so nervous going and trying to meet like Seth David and Hector Garcia and those kind of people, trying to do that.
We're the most down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're just real people just like us.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I went 2 years ago, and it was like I didn't know if I should go. I wanted to grow my business. Is it going to be worth the money? And I went out there, and I was like this shy kid that went out and didn't know a soul, and I went out at the very last minute possible, East Coast time, got out there, kept the East Coast clock going, got up at 3 o'clock every morning, at 6 o'clock, went right back to bed. This trip couldn't be more different, because somebody dragged my butt out till 1 o'clock in the morning and kept me saying, let's go to this party. Let's go to this party. And I had to try to keep up with them. Yeah. But I made him carry my shoes in his backpack, because I wore dresses, so I wore sneakers as we walked around. So he's a good guy. He carried my shoes.
It's the dynamic differences that make it fun. It's at East Coast, West Coast. It's guy, girl. It's all those different things that we have so much fun, like joking around with each other, and we just want to share it with as many people as we can.
Yeah.
And
we have our tickets for next year, because
we do too.
Is conflicting with another conference that Mark goes to. So
yay!
So you're going to be at QuickBooks Connect, Sarah?
I think we're going to go.
I hope I
get to meet Sarah. I was disappointed.
Scaling and QB Connect, and we'll probably skip Account Text. It's too close to DerbyCon.
Right. That one's in Boston, right? Accountex?
Yeah.
And it's just a 2-day, it's free. It's a trade show.
Right.
So most of the people that go to that will go to either Scaling or QB Connect. So it's all about the networking for me. So, I just want to see my buds.
You got to go, Sarah, to QB Connect. You have to do it at least once.
It's worth it.
I'll tell you, I didn't go. This year was the only year I didn't go, and I was having second thoughts. I should have gone, but no, I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I had to take care of some things here at home. But I bought my ticket already for next year. I'm going to go.
Cool.
I don't live too far from there. It's only a 45-minute drive. So.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's perfect.
Cool. So I'm going to put this out there. It's something I've been saying for a bit of time. I gave myself a goal a couple years back that by next year I wanted to be teaching at QuickBooks Connect. So it's a personal goal.
Cool. I might do 2 sessions at Scaling.
Nice.
Nice.
Which reminds me, I need to finish getting that together for Monday.
Alrighty, we are out of time. We will be back next week for Sarah's demo. Same time, same place. Happy Thanksgiving all.
Awesome. Bye.
Ah.
Okay.